¿Qué tal a todos? Me da mucho gusto saludarles. Mi nombre es Kerry Ramírez, director de Destino Australia. Y hoy tenemos una sesión muy interesante con nuestros amigos de Swinburne University of Technology. Swinburne, que es una de las universidades más reconocidas en la ciudad de Melbourne, una universidad que siempre ha tenido un enfoque mucho más práctico, mucho más aplicado y con quien hemos tenido muy buenas experiencias para nuestros estudiantes. Hoy nos va a acompañar en la sesión Elise Gom, quien es la encargada de reclutamiento por parte de Swinburne University. Y ella nos va a dar una breve presentación para que ustedes conozcan el enfoque que tiene Swinburne, que además, se ha consolidado como una de las instituciones más importantes, como les decía, en la ciudad de Melbourne. Y también ella nos va a platicar un poquito los procesos que hay que seguir, también los planes de becas que tiene Swinburne. Swinburne tiene un programa muy generoso de becas, sobre todo para programas de maestría, así que ella pues, nos va a dar pues, toda la información al respecto. Así que voy a cambiarme al inglés para saludarla y para que ya iniciemos esta presentación. Hello, everyone. My name is Kerry Ramirez. Once again, we are here with Elise from Swinburne University that is actually logging from the beautiful campus that they have in Melbourne. Swinburne University is located in one of the most dynamic suburbs in the Melbourne metropolitan area. And today, Elise is going to give us a very interesting presentation about the study opportunity that Swinburne offers to their students. So, hi, Elise, how you going? Oop, I think we lost you for a second. There you go. Here you are.
Great. So I thought I would just say hello to you all quickly before we start the presentation. Hopefully my webcam will kick in a second. There's nothing.
Yeah, we can see you. We can see you now.
Oh, you can. Oh, great. Okay, I was waiting for the little window to show up. So my name is Elise. I'm from Swinburne University. And as Karen mentioned, today's presentation, I will be speaking in English, but he will also be here on hand to assist if there are any questions, or if you would prefer to ask things in Spanish as well. So I work in the Swinburne International Office. I've worked at Swinburne for about 4 or almost 5 years now. And so I'm very excited to tell you more about our university and the opportunities that are available to you at Swinburne. So let's get started.
Excellent. So Elise is going to now share her screen and she's going to give us the presentation. I will stay in the chat. If you have any questions, I will be answering the questions on the chat. You can do it in English, you can do it in Spanish. And also at the end of the presentation, Elise is gonna give us some minutes to answer some specific questions. So yeah, so we're just gonna wait for her PowerPoint to appear on the screen. Still not there. Sometimes it takes a few seconds to load. So we're just gonna wait for it so we can actually see it. I will see you when we can see it, Elise, so you know that is there. Still not there. So yeah. In the meantime, a reminder to everybody that we will send you the video of this presentation. Tomorrow in the morning, you will all get an email with a link so you can actually see the presentation and you can actually review the information that we will present today. And also a reminder that we are Destino Australia. We are actually a representative of Swinburne University in Mexico. So we will assist you with all the process for you to apply to Swinburne University. We are here to take you every step of the way to assist you during the application process. And then later on, when you are accepted, so you can apply for scholarships, and also we can help you with the visa processing and anything that you need in regards to the opportunity of studying in Australia. Elise, unfortunately, we can't see your screen yet. I don't know what happened. We can wait for a few minutes, so that's okay. But just to let you know, it's still not on the screen yet. So yeah. Yeah, I'm not sure what happened. We're just waiting for Elise. Okay. I hope we didn't lost Elise. Yeah, we don't, I don't know where she is, unfortunately. Let me just see. Nope. Ok, yo creo que Elise regresará en un minutito. Entonces, bueno, nada más les pido un poquito de paciencia. Eso a veces pasa con las cuestiones de tecnología, pero bueno, esperamos que ya pronto se vuelva a reconectar. Ok, ya le mandé un mensaje, le dije que no la podemos ver, pero bueno, esperamos que ya pronto se vuelva a conectar para que podamos seguir con esto. Okay. Mientras tanto, algunas preguntas que me hacen, con todo gusto se las respondo. A ver, nada más antes de responder preguntas, voy a tratar de contactar a Liz otra vez. Okay, a ver si esto ya nos ayuda. Okay. Sí, pues sinceramente no sé qué pasó con Elise, pero pues mientras regresa, si quieren les ayudo contestando algunas preguntas, aprovechando, bueno, que ya estamos aquí conectados. Alan me pregunta, ¿cuál es el tiempo límite para mandar documentos para los programas de Swinburne? Pues mira, Alan, generalmente los programas de Swinburne inician a finales de julio y a finales de febrero cada año. Entonces, si tú quieres iniciar en julio, lo recomendable es que máximo envíes los documentos para el 30 de mayo, para que así la universidad tenga tiempo suficiente de procesar todo y que también nos dé el tiempo para tramitar tu visa. Si lo puedes hacer antes es mucho mejor, pero como referencia, el 30 de mayo es la mejor, la fecha que sería así como que la límite. Por otro lado, si tú quieres empezar en febrero, ahí nos tocaría el 30 de noviembre, nuevamente para que se dé tiempo suficiente de procesar todo sin ningún problema. Aquí también aprovecho porque me pregunta Anel, me dice, ¿es posible tener una beca y un financiamiento al mismo tiempo? Sí, sí es posible, Anel. Muchas de las instituciones que ofrecen financiamientos, como son FIDER, Banco de México o FUNED, no tienen ningún problema. De hecho, a ellos les da gusto que ustedes tengan una beca. Incluso las dos instituciones tienen becas convenio con Swinburne University. Entonces sí puedes tener las dos sin ningún problema. Mariana nos dice, buenas noches, programas de maestría para finanzas, negocios internacionales o MBA. Y primero que nada les quiero preguntar si sí me escuchan bien, porque me quedó esa duda de si ustedes sí me están escuchando. Ok. Ok, perfecto, ya me dice que sí. A quien perdimos fue a Elise, a quien seguimos esperando que nos pueda, se pueda reconectar. Em, em, bueno, ya. Qué bueno que me confirman eso. Me preguntaba, Mariana me dice, ¿hay programas de maestría para finanzas, negocios internacionales? Yep,
Difficulties.
Elise. Hi, Elise. How are you?
It seems to be whenever I share my screen, it will turn the microphone off. So I'm not, yeah, because every time I go to share screen mode, it will, the audio just drops out.
And we couldn't even see the screen again. So when you and everybody knows that we have technical problems, so that is okay.
Sorry, everybody. Bear with us.
We will fix it. Let me just try something. Oh, are you still there? Perfect. Now I can see the screen.
Better?
Yeah, excellent. Now it's all good. Great.
Okay. I will go back. I'll quickly brush over my few slides. Can you still hear me okay?
Yes. Everything is really good.
Great. Okay. I am sorry about that. I did not realize. I sort of thought, here I am in my own world going off, starting the presentation. No, all good.
It's all good.
So I will start quickly once again and just let you all know what I covered before. I'll check back in again just in case there might be any more technical difficulties, but hopefully now that we can hear each other, it's all good. So as I mentioned, I am Elise. I work in the international office at Swinburne University and have been at Swinburne for about 4 years, almost 5 years now. So I'm excited to talk to you today a little bit about our university and the sorts of courses that we offer, as well as some other practical information if you are thinking of applying to university in Australia. So let's get started. Today's presentation, I will give you an overview of our university at Swinburne, a little bit about our campus, our resources, and some information about our location. And then I'll go into some more course information and study options that you might be able to look into for your own interest. We'll then talk about life in Melbourne, in the world's most livable city. I will also touch on some scholarships that will be available to you. We do have some special scholarships for Latin American students. And then I will run through the application process, as well as some tips to submit an efficient and effective application to our team. So that's the agenda for our presentation today. Please, if you do have any questions, certainly ask away. We will have some time for questions to be answered at the very end. And we have both English and Spanish speaking here as well, which is helpful as well. So let's get started and keep moving. So a little bit about Swinburne. We were established in 1992. That seems like we are a very, very young university. However, how that works is that we originally were founded as a technical institution first. So then in 1992, we became the full university as well, which brings me to the next section here, which talks about how we are a dual sector university. So Swinburne offers both higher education, so your bachelor and master level studies, as well as vocational education, which is things like your certificates and diplomas, more of the hands-on practical skills, like a trade and things like that. So Swinburne is proud to offer both of those opportunities to our students. Within the university, we have 3 different faculties. So this is our business and law faculty, the science, engineering and technology, as well as health, arts and design. So within these faculties, there are also various numbers of courses, but those are the 3 main areas of study. And of course, we are based in Melbourne, the world's most livable city. So a lot happening there at our university in such a great location. We have 3 campuses, the Hawthorn campus, which is our main city campus. We also have 2 more suburban campuses in Wantirna and Croydon. You will likely study at the Hawthorn campus here if you do decide to come to Melbourne. And we also have a campus in Sarawak in Malaysia. So this is really exciting because if you do study at Swinburne, you always have the opportunity to participate in our international study abroad or exchange opportunities. So you could spend 1 or 2 semesters of your degree at our campus in Sarawak as well. So there are lots of opportunities there too. So I will touch a little bit on our research. We do offer quite a number of research areas. However, today's presentation will be more aimed at bachelor and master level. But I will speak very briefly on our research. As you can see here, we have been ranked quite highly in the QS World Rankings for various subjects. So the top 200 for civil and structural engineering in the world, as well as the top 200 for communication and media studies. So in terms of our research and our centres and things, we have over 10 different research centres, and we're ranked well above world standard in 9 fields of research in the Excellence in Research in Australia, which was the 2015 ratings. So if you are interested in a PhD, or if you are interested in PhD studies or different research areas, please contact us and let us know. We can give you a more customised information to help with your specific inquiry. Our researchers and professors are always constantly upskilling their knowledge and their skills. Swinburne has access to some of the most world-class facilities and resources. So studying any kind of research or PhD there is a very, very great opportunity. So something to keep in mind as well. Generally, our rankings, I'll mention to you a few specific subject rankings. So we're top 200 in the field of science from the ARWU rankings. And then to complement that, we are also top 75 in civil engineering. So those two together really do showcase what a great university Swinburne is for the engineering field, as well as we are also ranked top 200 in media and communications, and top 32 in the world for art and design. So some really fantastic numbers. My personal favorite ranking is the top 100 most international universities in the world. And what this really means is that Swinburne is known as being a global university. Our reach to international partners and to university communities worldwide, the mobility opportunities that we give to our students, as well as our international student body on campus, are all things that contributed to this ranking. So we're really excited that we are known as one of the most internationalized universities in the world. And that's something that we feel really helps to get students job ready when they graduate as well. I just want to check back in, just make sure we're all good, everything's smooth. Cool, thanks for the thumbs up, Kerry. So to keep moving, a little bit about our campus location. So as you can see from these various maps here, Swinburne is very, very centrally located. So the wider map, which shows where we are in Australia, shows that we are right down the bottom in Melbourne, Victoria. This secondary map here shows the distance of our campus in Hawthorn to the city centre of Melbourne. So we are about 10 minutes by train into the city centre. And then this third map down below shows you just exactly where we are, our campus location, and you can see here the train line that runs right through the middle of the campus there. So you can jump on the train after class and be into the city of Melbourne in 10 minutes. Very, very easy and quick to get around. We also have trams and buses and people bike, so it's a very accessible city. This red square that I've put around the campus just shows you the size of our physical campus that we have. So the great thing about Swinburne is that everything is located in this one square. There are classrooms, teaching spaces, the campus library, on-campus accommodation, international office, all of your support services. Everything is located here in this square. And to walk from one side to the other is maybe 500 metres. So it's very, very easy to get around. And then second to that is Glenferrie Road, which runs along the side of the campus here. And Glenferrie Road on the left-hand side of the campus is a street that's full of cafes, grocery stores, banks, supermarkets, boutiques for shopping, all of the major banks. So everything you need is right here near the campus. Of course, you have close access to the city centre, but you also have a little mini city right out there in Hawthorn where you'll be for your classes. So a really great spot to be, very convenient location.
Annelise, sorry for interrupting you because I just want to highlight that, because sometimes the students, they ask us, oh, you know, what's the benefit of me to be in such a good location or to have access to all these facilities so easily? Well, when you're an international student, and I was an international student a few years ago, having access to all that at walking distance is priceless, because when you get to a new city, sometimes you don't know your way. So it's great just to know that next to your campus, you're going to have access to great shops, banking. I was in Swinburne a couple of weeks ago, and actually for the first time I had a really good look to the surroundings of Swinburne, and I saw students getting their mobile phone ready just around the corner, doing their banking there, access to shops, to bars, to a really good lifestyle. So that's really, really convenient, especially when you just arrive to a new place. So yeah, I just want to emphasize that, because at the end of the day, it makes the experience even better when you are there.
Exactly. Yeah, no, that's perfectly said. I think, there are always those nerve-wracking feelings when you first arrive in a new location and have to get yourself set up, your phone and your banking, and to know that everything is right there is really, really convenient. And another thing about our campus as well is that because we are such a compact campus, everything in that one location, the benefit of that as well is that you really get that campus feel. So some other cities and universities around the world, or even in Australia, you'll find that their campus is spread out amongst the city in different buildings, and there's not as much of that community feel on a campus. Whereas at Swinburne, there is definitely that distinct, everybody who's here is here for university. It's a bit of a campus feeling and a good vibe, and everyone gets together and they can go out to a local bar or a cafe after class, and everyone who's in the area is there for university. So just that feeling in general of being a compact campus is quite nice and is quite different to a lot of other universities as well. So a little more about the location, just some photos here so you can see some images of our campus. As mentioned, we have the train station, which is right on the campus, center of the campus. You can see the image here of our campus facilities, very green, very, lots of nature and Australian eucalyptus trees and things throughout campus. So being only 10 minutes from the city centre, it also means that you feel a little bit more relaxed and not rural, but a little more removed from the hustle and bustle of the concrete jungle city. So you do get some of the nature and parks and lovely environment feel as well. Also, Glenferrie Road, one thing I like to mention, they did just open a brand new, it's a movie cinema, so there are lots of opportunities to hang out with new friends that you meet on campus. There's lots of things to do around in the area, and you can see in the photo there too, there is an STA travel branch there. So anything that you need is all very close by. The next section I'll get onto is a little more about our study areas. So we'll move into talking about the academics. Swinburne is quite a broad university and we offer study areas in most all disciplines. So as you can see here, we offer various streams of engineering, information technology. We've recently added a cybersecurity course as well to that. Within science, there are lots of other areas for major as well. And design. So as we mentioned, Swinburne's ranked very highly in the area of design, industrial, media, communication, and then product design. So the industrial design is almost a combination between design and engineering, so a little bit of a bridge. And then, of course, we have business subjects, so your entrepreneurship and innovation course, the MBA, management, marketing, finance, accounting. And then Swinburne also offers a few niche areas of study. So one of those is aviation. So if you're looking to become a pilot or even study aviation management, we are one of only a very small number of universities to offer that course in Australia, as well as areas like environmental studies as well. So as you can see, Swinburne is known for high levels of teaching, but across a broad range of areas. So whatever it is that you are interested in studying, you'll be able to find a course that will match your interests here within one of our faculties. So next I'm going to go into a few specific courses that might be of interest to you, just to talk a little bit more about those areas. The first one is engineering at Swinburne, and this is one of the areas that we have been very well ranked in, as you could see in the rankings before. But all of our engineering courses are professionally accredited within Australia, so accredited by a professional body, and they offer students superior industry experience. You can see below here the areas of engineering that we offer. So all the way through from advanced manufacturing through to software and telecommunications, plus everything in between. So mechanical, electrical, biomedical, civil, lots of various areas of engineering. The great thing about the Swinburne courses is that you can customize your degree. So say you would like to combine a double major. You might wish to study civil engineering with a business major as well. So that's two majors that will complement each other when you graduate. Your engineering profession as well as a business major will help you to stand out. You can also customize at Swinburne through things such as industry placements. So you will have the opportunity to get a real practical work placement while you're at Swinburne, or you can complement it with some research. So you will have opportunity for, studying a research method or component as part of that course as well. At Swinburne, you always will have access to state-of-the-art facilities, the labs that we have there, and the brand new latest technology. It is not uncommon for external businesses to come into Swinburne and to use and hire out our technology and our resources because they just are that fantastic for businesses to use as well. So students have access to that on a day-to-day basis. And the great thing about Swinburne courses is that they provide you with comprehensive theoretical and, most importantly, practical knowledge that you need to become job ready. So all of our teaching staff, they have come from industry. They've worked in jobs in these fields and they bring to the classroom their experience that they have gained within the job. So they can share that with you and help you to prepare for your future as well. I have linked Learn More down a lot of these pages. And so if it doesn't work on today's presentation, I know you will be sent a copy of the slides and you will get a copy of the webinar. So you'll have the links there available as well. But there are places for you to go and to learn more about our engineering courses and the other courses that I talk about today too. The next is our new Master of Business Administration International, so the MBA-I. This course is a little different to the traditional MBA in that the great thing about it is that you do not need that necessary work experience requirement. A lot of MBAs require students to have anywhere from 3 to 5 years work experience, whereas this MBA at Swinburne, you can come straight in from your bachelor degree and commence right away. You are studying the same exact learning outcomes as a traditional MBA. So same classes, same content. You are just studying in a more concentrated class with more one-on-one access to your teaching and lecturing staff. So the benefits of this MBA is that you can fast track, you can come straight from your bachelor and start your MBA already, and it will equip and prepare you for strategic leadership roles the same as it would with a traditional MBA. You can see the details below here about the duration of the course and the fees for 2017, but you can also click the link to learn more about it through our website and read the greater detail of the classes you could take and different things to do with that course as well. Next is our Global Leadership Program. And now this is offered in conjunction with Boston, a university there called Northeastern University and Swinburne. So this course is incredible in that you can get 2 master's degrees in 2 years, 2 separate master's degrees in 2 years. So one is a US master's and one is an Australian master's. Understandably, people are probably a little hesitant to want to go to the US in the current state or to study there or just having second thoughts maybe in general. And so the great thing about this university degree is that you can study the whole thing at Swinburne in Melbourne. We have teaching staff who come across from the US who will teach particular units in Melbourne. There'll also be a couple of online components as well, but you can complete the master's degree in 2 years all in Melbourne. So how it works is that you will study a Master of Science in Leadership from Northeastern University, as well as 1 master degree from Swinburne, which is your choice of any of these areas below. So again, a chance to customize your dual masters and come out with 2 qualifications in 2 years. So if you're looking for something that is a little above and beyond that can help you to stand out in the market, the Global Leadership Program is definitely a good option to have a think about. So probably wondering, what is the difference between Swinburne and a lot of other universities? Everybody offers master's degrees. They all offer scholarships. How do I know which one is right for me? One thing that we like to talk about at Swinburne is our professional master's degrees. These are a little different to your standard master degrees, and they're designed to enhance the graduate employability and to help you transition from the classroom to workplace when you graduate. As you can see below, there is a sample of the classes listed that these professional degrees are offered, anywhere from engineering through to marketing and management, as well as finance. There's a lot of different areas you can undertake the professional degree in. And how it works is that you will become part of a personalised career coaching program. This is done through Swinburne's Career Success Program. So normally, students, they'll study a degree and say, great, I'm finished, now what do I do? And they might have some help right at the end of the semester from the Careers Centre. In the Swinburne professional degrees, you are coached from very first semester all the way through to graduation. So this is incredible in that you really get some incredibly helpful opportunities from semester 1 all the way through to graduation. It will begin with things like just networking sessions, professional speakers coming in from your industry to talk about their roles and how they got where they are. There will be mentoring sessions and interview tip workshops, so chances to really workshop and do practice interviews, all the way through from getting your CV and your resume updated to an Australian style, talking about how to dress in the workplace appropriately and communication styles in the workplace. So all of these things you'll be guided through all the way throughout your degree. And that doesn't matter whether it's management degree or an engineering degree, you will have the same career success program. And it will help you through that so that once you graduate, you are ready to go and apply and stand out for employers. You can learn more about these opportunities. Again, there's a link below as well. So you can click through to that to learn about these professional master degrees again too.
Wow, that's pretty amazing, Elise. And I think that it shows the approach that Swinburne has in terms of the education perspective. A lot of universities, they focus more in, having research rankings and all that, which Swinburne has really good rankings. But at the end of the day, I think it's great to see that the universities focus on the success from a professional perspective of their students. I think that's what people go to university. You just want to be prepared. And especially a lot of our students, they look for that opportunity of staying in Australia through the post-study work model.
Right.
So having that additional support from the university, it's awesome. Like, it's great. And, beyond staying and work in Australia, like, that really push you to be competitive anywhere in the world, because you are actually getting support from the best companies that you can imagine under a really good academic field. So it's excellent, that approach from the university. So awesome.
Thank you. Yeah, very much. And I think it also demonstrates that when you are at Swinburne as a student, you are not just another number on a page. You're not a student ID number. You are a person who is there to further your career and achieve your goals and meet those goals that you have. So this career success program really helps students to get in that space regardless of the degree. So of course, the career success program is customized. So if you are in engineering, there will be engineering speakers coming to talk to you. There will be people to talk about how you dress in an engineering role and how you communicate, because that's going to be very different to how you communicate in a marketing or a management role. So it's customized to your course, but at the same time still delivered all throughout the degree. So something to think about if you are really looking to get that edge on your master's degree.
Excellent.
And then next is our study abroad program. So this is an opportunity for students who may not be ready to commit to a full master's degree or a full bachelor's degree, but you still really want to visit Australia and give it a go and try a study abroad program. This is a really good chance you can study 1 or 2 semesters of your degree at home in your home country at Swinburne, and you can gain credit for your studies to bring back home. So you won't fall behind in your degree. You'll stay on track to graduate back home as you normally would, but you'll get to experience 1 or 2 semesters at Swinburne. Part of our study abroad program means that you can also apply for a certificate of specialisation, which is awarded when you study 2 or more classes from the same discipline. So to give you an example of this, if you came to Swinburne and studied a marketing class, so introduction to marketing and market research, 2 marketing related classes, you would be awarded a certificate of specialization in marketing. This goes for all disciplines. So you can get them for engineering, for management, for design, for any courses that we offer, you can apply for that certificate. And this helps to add depth to your CV and to your resume and brings you back a certificate once you're finished as well. The fees for the 2017 study abroad program are below. We do have flexibility, so you can study 3 classes or 4. The classes, you're both considered full-time study load at those classes, and those are the prices there for 2017. So it's just something to consider as another study option. If you can't complete your full master or bachelor with us, you can still come and experience Melbourne and Swinburne and everything that it has to offer in a shorter term program. So here we've got a little story. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to have a student come in and speak with us today, just with timing, and semester has just started and everything. So I wanted to just profile one of our students who has really done extremely well through Swinburne. His name's Arthur, and he came to Swinburne after having his hopes kind of, I guess, diminished a little after he was trying to participate as a athlete in the US as well. So once he became injured, he decided, you know what, I'm going to try my luck in the IT sector. I really want to throw myself into my education and complete a degree there. And he managed to graduate from a Bachelor of Information Communication Technology with us at Swinburne. Once you receive the slides, you can read his story all the way through. But he talks about how much he really loved living in Melbourne, the connections that he made and the opportunities that he got through his studies as well. So there is another photo in the link on the website where it's him with his family in Australia now as well. He's come from tough opportunities and has really managed to make some great opportunities for himself. And now he's gotten himself a full-time job after completing his internship as part of his studies at Swinburne. So it's a really great story, and it does go to show that, Arthur put in some really hard work while he was studying with us at Swinburne, had some great opportunities and made the most of the opportunities that were there in and outside the classroom. And that's really paid off for him in his career now as well. So a great student profile to get you guys excited and to see some of the opportunities available to you. So just quickly, I'll touch on the facility support and services that we offer, because as a student, you want to know that you'll feel supported. For every student that arrives to Melbourne, we offer them free airport pickup. So wherever you want to go, wherever your accommodation is booked, we will pick you up and take you there. There is a career and employment hub as well, where you can get help with your resume and your CV, as well as tips for finding part-time employment as well. All throughout campus, there is Wi-Fi access and computer labs, private and group study spaces. We also have a big health and wellbeing centre on campus. So there is a doctor right on the campus as well, which is covered by your mandatory the health insurance that you need. So you can go to the doctor right on campus and you don't need to worry. We have a multi-faith prayer centre, lots of student clubs. So there's language clubs and sporting clubs, craft and hobbies, adventure activities, things like, an origami club, even Harry Potter club. So anything and everything you can imagine, there is a student club for that. And if there isn't one, you can start one yourself with a group of friends. So lots of opportunities to get involved in and outside of campus. There are also lots of academic support units as well. So whether it be specifically for maths or business, there are support services that can help you to do your referencing for an assignment, or to read over an assignment before you submit, or just to work with you on language changes or different things like that. Those are all there and they're all free of service to you guys. We also offer a whole week of orientation welcome activities. So to help you get familiar with our campus and to meet new people and new friends, there are lots of activities happening always during the first week of classes to get you familiar with Swinburne and the opportunities that you have there as well. Accommodation is another big question that a lot of students like to ask about because you're not sure where you'll be staying. It depends what you personally like and prefer, but there are all sorts of options that range from sharing in a house with a number of other students. You can rent an apartment either on your own or with a friend. We have on-campus accommodation, so we do have housing at Swinburne, student apartments. There's also an option to stay in a homestay if you want to live with a local family. And then, of course, just generally living off campus, whether that be in the city of Melbourne or in the suburbs nearby. So Swinburne employs an accommodation advisor, and his job is to help our students to find suitable accommodation. So if you can't find something, if you want help, if you need somebody to look over a lease or a contract, they are there to help with that 100%, so that you don't have to feel nervous about signing something or committing to something without knowing what it is. So really good opportunities to have help with finding housing there, but also it's just up to you, whatever you prefer. So I will chat a little bit about our ELICOS English language as well. This is another part of Swinburne College, where we can help to prepare you or get your English up to a level where you are ready to then move into a bachelor or a master level class. So we offer ELICOS anywhere from 5 weeks to 50 weeks. You can select how many weeks you wish to study, or you can be tested to see how many they think you will need. But keep in mind a few things about our ELICOS English is that it is university level English. So the reason being is that we don't offer conversational English at Swinburne. We offer university level. So the types of things you'll be learning, the grammar, the information, the content of the course structure will all be related to hoping that you'll move on to further study. So it won't be, hi, how are you? Let's go to the shops. It will be more, how can I submit my assignment? Or, talking about more things that are academic related. So just keeping that in mind when you're looking for your English course, that Swinburne is more aimed for university English, but you have access to all of our university resources. So once you start, you are considered a Swinburne student from start all the way through to finish. You can have access to the library, to class resources, the clubs, the student amenities. The class sizes are very small for our ELICOS, and you can be eligible for direct entry into further studies at Swinburne. So you can work through the English levels, the EAP, all the way through to completion and be granted direct entry into a further course if you meet those English requirements. Another tip about our ELICOS English is that our classes range from Monday to Friday between 9 to 5. So I know that this can be seen as a little bit tough, especially if you're looking to find a part-time job or to have a flexible schedule. But the aim for Swinburne is for students to really prepare themselves for further study. So this really gets you in the routine and the mindset of a study routine and a study schedule. So that's why our classes are sort of structured this way. The price currently is $295 per week for Latin American students. So this is a special price. Normally the full price is $420 per week for our other students. So you guys get a discounted price there for Latin American students. And I've popped the link down there at the bottom where you can go and have a look about more of our English course information. Also feel free to email us and ask us as well, and we can give you some more information suited to your needs or your English level. So a little bit about Melbourne. I wonder, have any of you been to Melbourne before? Has anyone visited our city before, whether it be for travel or, for other further previous studies? We really probably are the absolute furthest you could get, the other side of the world to where you guys are. But Melbourne is such an incredible place, and it is, Australia in general is a beautiful country with people who are very friendly and open and curious. They want to know about your culture and they want to know about you and where you've come from. And there is so much that we can offer you as a student and as a resident of Melbourne. So we're the world's sporting capital in Melbourne. If you love your sport, whether it be, football or soccer, or we have the Formula One here, the Grand Prix every year, horse racing, Australian football, we are just the best place to be for getting involved in sport. But we're also a really big hub for art and culture. I sort of like to describe the different areas of Australia as, you've got Queensland up north, which is very beachy and warm, and you can grab your surfboard and head out for a surf. And Sydney is very, cosmopolitan and corporate, I guess, as well. So for networking and getting ahead in your career and those sorts of things. But Melbourne is really known as being an art and culture hub. So as well as being a big city, we also have a lot of different unique sides to us, such as laneways and street art. Live music is huge in Melbourne, and performing arts festivals. We have the Comedy Festival and the Film Festival every year in Melbourne. Lots of different dedicated places known for, local stories or funny names of streets, and just things that take you a while to really get to know and feel. I always like to say to students, you can go to Sydney and visit Sydney while you're there and see everything in a weekend and tick off those bucket list items. But Melbourne is the sort of city that you really need to spend a good amount of time to get to know it and to really feel like you've seen everything. And I think once you do, it's those memories that you'll leave and go home with and remember forever, the coffee place you would go with friends every Friday after class, or the bar that you went to listen to this awesome band you discovered in Melbourne. Those are the memories that you will bring back with you, or that you will always have once you start to feel like a local in our city. So that's a great thing about Melbourne too. And then, of course, there's the food, which, who could say no to good food? I am a massive, big lover of food, anything, everything, trying new things. And Melbourne is great for always having different things on offer. We're huge for the coffee culture, so no one eats at Starbucks. In fact, the Starbucks near Swinburne just closed down because it just couldn't do very well. There are so many small coffee shops and, hidden laneways of different pop-up food things, and whether it be burgers or, Chinese or Malaysian or even Latin American street food, there are all sorts of different offerings in Melbourne that you can try. So a really great place for no matter what you're looking for. And then, of course, there's lots of green open spaces as well. So we are a big city, but we're also a city with lots of parks and open spaces, botanical gardens, and different areas where you can go to just get away from the hustle and bustle and relax in some quiet greenery. And no matter where you are in Australia or in Melbourne, you will be close to being able to see things like kangaroos and koalas and all that beautiful native Australian wildlife and flat plants and gardens that we have here to offer as well. So it's a really great city with a lot to offer, no matter what your favorite things are. And I always say to people that Melbourne is the sort of city where you can be whoever you want to be and like whatever you like, or eat whatever you want to eat, or anything at all. You will find somewhere and a group where you will fit in. So there is definitely that welcome feeling in Melbourne as well, where you're always welcome there, and everybody's very friendly and interested and excited. The next section is talking about scholarships. So I will talk about just a couple of main scholarships that we currently have on offer for Latin American students. This first one here is our Alicos English Language Scholarship. I mentioned before that it's $2.95 per week for Latin American students. However, if you package your Alicos English with a further Swinburne course, so whether that be an undergraduate, a pathway, or a master's, if you package your course, you can study Alicos English for $1.96 per week. That's something to keep in mind if you do need to have a package when you arrive, saving a lot of money per week on your English there as well. The next scholarship is our International Excellence Scholarships. These are only available for 2017 commencement. So if you start your course in semester 2, you'll be eligible for this scholarship. And they're available at all 3 levels, so pathway, undergraduate, and master level. So these scholarships are valued at anywhere up to $17,000. They are distributed throughout the course of the degree. And so how this works is that, let's just say you meet the minimum entry requirements for the course, you will be guaranteed the minimum scholarship amount. So that's 10% currently. And then as you progress through your degree, your scholarship will either increase or decrease depending on the grades that you get. So we're trying to encourage students to really do well in class and get good grades at Swinburne. And if you do that, then your scholarship amount will increase throughout the course of your degree. So these scholarships are only available for particular courses. So if you click the links where I've put them here at Pathway, Undergraduate and Postgraduate, it will show you a list of courses that these scholarships are eligible for. And you don't need to do anything else. You are assessed at the time of application. And the other good thing about these scholarships is that we don't have any caps. So as long as you meet all of the requirements and it's for an eligible course, you will get the scholarship. So that's really exciting. So it's quite soon, I know, semester 2 already. It's what these ones are valid for. We don't know yet about 2018 scholarships, but as soon as we know any more information about that, we will let you know. So these are the 2 main scholarships that we have on offer for now. So I won't read through these steps one by one because it is quite a lot of information, but I will go through them briefly. These are the steps that you need to go through to submit your application. So the first thing is to research the course that suits you. What do you want to do? What qualification do you need? What sort of experience are you looking for? Do the research on our website. Everything is there, very easy to read and to navigate. And make sure you have a look at the different course options and see what you might like to study. The next step, number 2, is to complete the application form. So you can find our application forms online, or the team, Kerry and the team, can help you with those as well. So filling in all of the relevant fields, completing all of the sections and signing the forms, all of that must be completed very clearly. And then step 3 is to attach all of your additional documents. So you will need to provide things like your academic transcripts from your previous studies. You'll need to translate those into English. You'll need to provide English language proficiency if you don't want to take ELICOS, or if you don't want to be tested on site. You'll need to provide like an IELTS or a TOEFL test. For some courses, we require referee or portfolios. So depending on the course you apply for, you may need some extra documents there as well. So to gather all of your extra documents together and then put those with your application form. So again, Kerry and the team at Destino, they can help you with all of this as well. They can help you get all of your documents together. They can make sure everything's in order and ready. Step number 4 is to submit your application and the required documents. So if you work with Kerry, they can send them to us directly. You don't need to post them. You can email them, scan them. Everything's very easy and very much digital these days. And once you submit your application, our team will assess and we'll look at all of your documents and we'll assess your eligibility for the course and any possible scholarships. And then you'll receive your offer by email. So this offer letter will detail what you have been offered, the tuition fees, the start dates, any deposits that might need to be paid, conditions, all of those sorts of things will be included in your offer letter. So 5 steps to receiving an offer from Swinburne, and then it will be up to you as to, accepting your offer or having a look at your situation, asking any questions you might have. But those are the main steps for submitting an application to Swinburne. The next section we'll just talk about is a little bit of information on helpful tips to submit your application. So when our team looks at applications, the one thing that holds them up the most, that takes more time, is if there is missing information. So if some section on the form has not been signed, or a box not checked, or different things that haven't been included that we need, this will delay your application. So making sure that you submit everything at the start will just help to speed everything up, and you'll get your offer letter very quickly. Making sure that you read the application form carefully to complete all the required sections. So if you don't understand anything, this is a really good chance to ask somebody for more information, especially regarding things like refunds or, all the little tiny words down the bottom that are very technical but very important. Making sure that all your documents are translated into English. Again, if you do this before you submit your application, it will just help to make things very, very quick and very speedy. You can access all of our application forms online here on our website, and your agent can certainly help you with all of these steps. So you can contact Kerry and the team, and they can make sure that all of your documents are there, that your application is ready, and they can help to make sure that it's a speedy and smooth application process as well. Our team work as quickly as they can, but we have lots of applications coming in from all different parts of the world. And so if your application is complete and everything's there, it will just make life a lot easier for our admissions team. So the last little part here I will leave you with is a couple of links to learn more about Swinburne. I know Kerry has some links to some tours and videos of Swinburne campus, but these links will be available for you as well if you do want to learn more. This virtual tour is really, really cool. It's actually a chance where you can use your mouse on your computer or your fingers on your tablet to take a virtual tour and a customized tour of Swinburne. So you can look around and view the campus how you'd like to see it, which is really cool. The next link there is a link to our international student blog. So this just tells you a little bit about student stories, their experiences, some great things that our alumni are doing, and just some interesting articles about studying in Melbourne and at Swinburne and things happening in the area. And that's all from me today. So I do apologize for the technical glitch at the very start there. I think we hopefully still got through as quickly as we could. I'm sure there might be a few questions. So Kerry, I'm not sure, did you want to sort of leave some time and we can have some time for questions?
Yes, well, before we move to the questions, I would like just to thank you, Liz, for that very, very nice presentation. It's just very useful for us in just a few minutes, just really to understand what each university has to offer. There are like 39 universities in Australia.
Right.
So just to have a good idea and what's the point that makes different to Swinburne. And I think for our students, it was very, very clear today to realize that Swinburne is, first of all, a high-quality university located in an amazing place in one of the most beautiful and safe cities in the world, which is Melbourne, but also with an approach that really wants a student just to succeed in their professional development and their careers. So it has that combination of being a really good study environment, very friendly, very welcoming, in a great city, but also with good academic and professional programs. So thank you so much for all that information. Just for everybody to know, as you know, we are here to assist you all the time. So if you need more information about Swinburne and the programs, you can contact me directly. I just put our email address on the chat. I know Elise always is very, very happy to answer any questions. So if you have any particular question for her, I can just send it to her. But we do have some time. If you have 5 minutes, can we just answer a few questions?
Yes, of course. Yep.
Excellent. One of the questions that I have is in regards to the starting dates. We usually Swinburne starts at the end of February and at the end of July, isn't it?
Yes, correct. So to give you an idea for 2017, we normally will have orientation week, which will be a week before classes commence. But for 2017, our semester 1 started on the 27th of February. And semester 2 will begin on Monday, 31 July. So the very end of the month, just depending how the calendar falls.
Excellent. We have another one, a specific one, basically saying if the Master of Arts in Media and Communication had been discontinued.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so recently last year, the faculty went through almost like a review of the courses, and a lot of the courses, although it says they were discontinued, the likelihood is that they were just renamed. And so a lot of courses have been renamed and redesigned, I guess, to incorporate new content or to have a new CRICOS code accredited. So what I can do is I can have a look to check what the new name of that course is, or if there is something that's quite similar as well.
Okay, cool. Yeah, in this case, I'm happy just to send you more information and the correct name for the program. So just send us an email and we'll send you the information about that program.
Right.
There is another interesting question about the scholarships. They're asking us, how usually is the timeline in terms of scholarships? So let me just give you more information about it. The first step, of course, as Elise explained, is that you need to apply. After you apply, and we're going to help you through that process, we actually, the university is going to assess your application. And if you have been successfully receiving an acceptance, there is a possibility that at the same time, you will get a scholarship from the university. The university, at the same time that they're assessing your application, they will assess you for the scholarship. So with your full offer or your offer letter, you may get an additional letter saying that you got the scholarship. Isn't it like that, Elise?
Right. Yes, correct.
Yeah. And then after you receive your offer from Swinburne and you got your scholarship from Swinburne, you can still apply to other scholarships who are offered by the Mexican government, or there are some accreditation loans. There are other different organizations who are beyond Swinburne that we can assist you to find additional funding for your degree. But that goes, after you got the acceptance. So the first step is to apply, then you get accepted, then you may get the scholarship from Swinburne, and then you will be able to find other scholarship programs as well. It says, what happens with expenses that are not covered by the scholarship? Well, you need to pay for those expenses. To be honest, it's very rare to get a full scholarship nowadays. So any additional resources, you need to pay it yourself. Okay. They are just asking also about, okay, let me just check. Okay, they're asking if there is any particular requirements to take the ELICOS courses, at least like you did at a specific level, or you can just go from beginners and see how you go.
Right, so no specific level. You can start from very, very beginning, and that is completely okay. So Swinburne, you don't have to come in at a certain level. What our team normally will do is that we do have an online test that you can take. And so that way you can be tested to see what level you might be at. And then our staff can place you in the correct level, so that you won't be learning things you already know, or it won't be too hard. So they place you at the correct level. But you can start from very, very beginner all the way up through to ready to graduate and get your EAP at the highest level. So yes, all options.
And if the student wants to start the English program, do they need a TOEFL or a IELTS to be accepted into the program?
No, so no English proficiency proof is needed if you want to just take the ELICOS English. Again, you can take the online test, which we offer, which is called a Versant test, and it's just an easy test to kind of check your level and where you currently sit. You will only need the IELTS or TOEFL if you wish to enter into like a bachelor or a master or things like that.
Excellent. All right. So, and the final question of the day, because we have a couple of videos that I want to show you before we finish. The final question is a good one. Are there any requirements or limitations to get a job while studying? So let me just start giving you an answer, Eduardo. If you are studying a university program, like a bachelor or a master's or a PhD or the study abroad program, the only limitation that you have is that you cannot work more than 40 hours per fortnight. So every 2 weeks, you can only work 40 weeks, and that's the maximum. During the holiday periods, you can actually work as much as you want, but there are no limitations on the kind of job that you can find, as long as it's, a normal job. And pretty much that's it. Is there anything else, Elise, that you would like to complement?
No, I think that's exactly right. So you do have to be aware of the visa conditions that you have, because if you work more than the amount of hours you're allowed to, you're in breach of your student visa. But as Kerry mentioned, 40 hours per fortnight is usually enough, especially with your workload of study as well. So it's a good way to complement that and earn some part-time income as well. So it's definitely possible. And as I said, we have the Career Centre on campus that can help with finding part-time positions, as well as other local sort of organizations that can definitely help with part-time jobs as well.
Excellent. And just two more, just to finish. The first one is Maria, which is asking us if she has already a degree from an English-speaking country, let's say the US or the UK, and she wants to apply for the MBA. Does she need the TOEFL again?
So it will depend. What our team would probably want to see within the application as well is when was this degree completed and what have you been doing in the meantime? So if you finished an MBA in, say, 2010 and then, you've been living back home since then, it's been a while since you've been speaking English all of the time, they may need you to take another test. However, if you did the MBA just last year and you're finished and you're still living in an English-speaking country, it may not be needed. So it's a very case-by-case situation. So we would just recommend if you complete all of the application details. You don't have to take the TOEFL straight away. What we recommend is maybe submit the application as it is, and then our team will let you know if there is any additional tests needed.
Excellent. Good. Well, there you go. So that's all the time that we have for today. Once again, thank you to Elise. And once again, thank you to everybody. We had a really, really good session today. So I really appreciate everybody's time. As you can see, Swinburne is a really, really good option. We're always very excited when our students go to Swinburne because we know you're going to have a really good experience. It's a really good university in a great environment. And I'm sure that our friends in Swinburne are looking forward to see more Mexican students in their campus. So let's just finish, and I'm just going to give you a minute just to say goodbye, Elise, but I'm just going to put a couple of videos after we finish. So tomorrow we'll send everybody a link so you can actually see the session again. But once again, thank you so much for your time. And yeah, I don't know if you want to say something, just to say goodbye to everybody.
Yeah, of course. So thank you so much, everybody, for attending today and listening into our session. As Kerry mentioned, if you do have extra questions, you can still contact them and ask, and we can work through those after the webinar and over the coming days and weeks. And you can review the presentation again. But it was lovely to meet you all, and we hope to hear from you soon if you've got more questions, and hope that someday we can welcome you to Swinburne. So thank you.
Excellent, excellent. So we're just going to finish with two videos. One is definitely one of my favorite videos because it's a video that shows you more about your life in Melbourne. And then after that, I'm just going to show you a small clip that will show you more about the campus that Swinburne has in Hawthorne. So once again, thank you very much for everybody for your time. We can be in touch with you. Send us an email, give us a phone call. We're more than happy to help you. So let me just load this video. Okay. All right, let me just put it in here. And we're going to be in touch with you very, very, very soon. Okay, so let me just put that here. Okay, just, technical aspects of it. So there you go. We are ready. Excellent. Thank you, Ellie, so much. And thanks, everybody. Have a good night in Mexico, and we'll be in touch very, very soon.
Sounds good. Bye.
Walk around through the streets of your town. No, I won't be late. Let my pride wash away with the tide on a warm summer day.